The traditional way of calculating chemotherapy doses is based on body surface area, or BSA for short, with the idea that this gives a better estimate of how the drug will be distributed, metabolized, and eliminated compared to just using body weight. However, the researchers point out that the formulas we use to figure out BSA in dogs come from studies with a small number of dogs and a limited range of weights.
And there's a suspicion that smaller dogs might have a faster metabolism compared to larger dogs. This could mean that body surface area alone might not fully account for how these drugs work in their systems. Some previous studies have even suggested that smaller dogs are at a higher risk of experiencing problems like reduced white blood cell counts, which we call myelosuppression, and gastrointestinal issues when they receive chemotherapy drugs like doxorubicin, carboplatin, and others based on their body surface area.
This is where vincristine comes in. It's a chemotherapy drug that's frequently used to treat various cancers in dogs, especially cancers that originate in the blood cells, like lymphoma. It works by interfering with cell division, ultimately causing the death of rapidly dividing cancer cells. While it's generally considered less likely to cause myelosuppression compared to other chemotherapy drugs, dose reductions due to low white blood cell counts aren't uncommon in dogs receiving it.
And this particular study aimed to investigate whether smaller dogs, specifically those weighing 15 kilograms or less, experienced a higher frequency of hematologic, meaning blood-related and gastrointestinal side effects compared to dogs weighing more than 15 kilograms when treated with vincristine for newly diagnosed lymphoma. The researchers hypothesized that the smaller dogs would indeed have more of these adverse events. What were the key results of this study?
Well, when they looked at the occurrence of neutropenia, which is a decrease in a specific type of white blood cell called neutrophils and a key indicator of myelosuppression, they found that it happened in 17 instances overall, which is about 12.3% of the dogs. Interestingly, there was no significant difference in how often neutropenia occurred or how severe it was between the smaller and larger dogs. 5 of the smaller dogs experienced neutropenia, while 12 of the larger dogs did. That's quite interesting, considering the initial hypothesis. What about more severe cases of neutropenia?
Even when they looked specifically at grade 3 or 4 neutropenia, which are more serious levels, the researchers found no significant difference between the two weight groups. 4 of the smaller dogs had grade 3 neutropenia, and 4 of the larger dogs had either grade 3 or 4. And the vincristine dose itself? Was there a difference in the dose administered to the two groups?
The median vincristine dose was the same for both groups, 0.6 milligrams per square meter of body surface area.